Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
The region is being slammed by severe weather this evening. Some areas getting hit harder than others. A Valley News Live viewer sent us these photos from Annetta, North Dakota, showing how the storm snapped trees like toothpicks close to 7 o'clock this evening, leaving homeowners plenty to clean up. And in Grand Forks, we're getting word of large hail and more trees that were taken out. Other reports from around the region tell of funnel clouds and winds close to 60 miles per hour. Let's go right away to our storm team's Eric Whitehill for the very latest in your No Wait weather. Eric?
Thank you very much, Andrea. It's been a very active evening for severe weather coverage. Taking a look at some of our severe weather reports already, we have had a couple of tornado reports. Those have been out to the west up near Starkweather, and then another one off just to the southwest of Maddock. But we have had a number of wind reports, particularly in portions of the Northern Valley, Grand Forks County, and off into Fosston and over towards Bagley. Taking a look at our radar, we have a number of severe thunderstorm warnings which are currently in effect. We've got one in particular for the Northern Valley. Does affect the city of Bemidji, includes the cities of Clearbrook and Bagley. This is in effect until 10:30 p.m. We have another severe thunderstorm warning, which was also just issued. This includes portions of Lakes Country, so Becker, Clearwater, Hubbard, and Mahnomen counties. This is in effect until 10:45 p.m. And then we have a third severe thunderstorm warning. This does include the Fargo-Moorhead area, Detroit Lakes, Barnesville, and northwestern Otter Tail County. This is in effect for 10:45 p.m. This entire line is warned for winds in excess of 60 miles an hour. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch, which is in effect until 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. So, while full details for you, your hour-by-hour forecast coming up in just a few minutes, Andrea, but it's a busy night.
All right. Thanks, Eric. And as we mentioned, we're getting reports that this storm is leaving behind some major damage. As Eric said, the storm is heading east now, moving out of the metro area, slowly but surely. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer is out there to bring us the latest on conditions. Melanie, how's it looking?
Andrea, I'm going to bring you guys right outside here with me right now to show you what the conditions are like here in South Fargo, even though we are on the tail end of this storm. As you can see and hear, the wind is coming, or the rain is coming down in buckets. The wind is still very strong, and there is still some lightning back here behind us. And for those of you living in the Lakes Country, it's now heading your way, so get ready for those elements. And to give you a better idea of what you can expect tonight, we've already had some reports of some pretty significant damage in the Northern Valley, like downed trees in Grand Forks. And I know we always say this, but definitely try to stay indoors if you don't have to go outside, especially driving in this rain is not a good idea right now. So stay with us here on Valley News Live until the storm passes, and of course in the future on our website, valleynewslive.com. Andrea?
All right. Thanks for braving the elements for us, Melanie. We appreciate the live report.
We can't give up hope. You know, I truly believe she's out there. We just don't know where.
It is a nightmare a West Fargo family can't seem to wake up from. Dale and Lynn Cardis's 32-year-old daughter disappeared almost 1 year ago today. And since then, they haven't stopped searching for answers and are now calling on better resources for people battling mental illnesses. Brenda Cardis disappeared last July after leaving Center Inc. in Fargo. Her family tells us she left without a trace, leaving behind her car, clothes, and IDs. Since then, they've had tips here and there, but none of them were credible. Brenda's mom says her daughter has battled mental illness for much of her life. She tells us Brenda was in and out of facilities, but that none of them took the time to actually help her. And now, almost a year later, her family is still holding out hope, and they think she could have been picked up in the human trafficking system or even left on the streets, not knowing where or who she is.
We don't know if she's safe or just left someplace never to be found again.
The Cardis family hired a private investigator, but they tell us they still don't have any leads. If you know anything about Brenda's whereabouts, you're urged to call Fargo Police. The Grand Forks Police Department is asking for your help finding 55-year-old Fernando Balboa. He was last seen yesterday at his home. Balboa is required to take medication every 4 hours, and if he doesn't, it can cause a serious medical condition. He is about 5'7", 250 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Balboa was last seen wearing blue jeans, a white t-shirt, and a blue and white short-sleeved shirt. If you have any information on him, you are urged to call the Grand Forks Police Department, 787-8000. A ribbon-cutting celebration this evening because the basement is finished at VFW Post 762. That space can now be used for a number of things, including auxiliary events and community receptions. The Fargo Post was originally commissioned in 1932 at the old Dempsey's location and to its current address on 2nd Avenue in 1985. Post Commander Rick Kuhn says it's all due to those who have served a place and community.
Be able to hold wedding events down here, picnic events, fundraising events. This is just the beginning of it, so we started small here in the basement. Now we got bigger plans for the upstairs.
Currently, there are 325 members, but it's still growing.
There are nearly 83,000 Americans listed as missing and unaccounted for going back to the Second World War. Freedom is not free.
As part of today's celebration, organizers held a missing persons ceremony. A round table was set with items that hold significance in remembrance of fallen and missing servicemen and women. A Grand Forks mom has a warning for other parents in the area after she found needles on the ground when she was on a walk with her kids last week near a park on 2nd Avenue South. And she says this isn't the first time it's happened. She tells us while she hopes parents are more vigilant when outside with their kids this summer, she also hopes those using drugs are more mindful from now on. Grand Forks Police tells us while they do get calls for drug paraphernalia found around the city, it's not something they see very often. But if you do find needles, call police so they can properly investigate and dispose of the items. It's that time of year for playing outside and going to amusement parks. And as Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard found out today, there may be a price to pay if you don't take the right precautions, especially with long hair.
Lainey Yusei was having the time of her life in her bright yellow go-kart in Louisiana. The 5-year-old's ponytail was flopping around as she drove through the grass. Moments later, her hair got caught in the go-kart's gear belt, ripping off the right side of her scalp from her hairline to her neck. So we were curious and decided to reach out to some local amusement parks to see if they had any regulations on hair and go-karts.
We've never had any problems out here with that. But we have a machine that says, just if you have long hair, long clothing, just make sure you tie it back.
An important message that FM amusement parks want to share.
Very important. Well, you don't want nobody to get hurt out there anyway. So, and it's just like any machinery, any moving part, you don't want hair or loose clothes, anything like that.
And John Bartel's advice:
they can put it in a ponytail or hat or helmet.
These girls say the ponytails aren't really their thing, but they always put their hair in a braid before heading to the park. They also put their hair back when they ride their four-wheelers.
Hard to see when your hair's in your face too.
They say that putting your hair up prevents it from flying around and possibly getting in the way of the person you're riding with. So after hearing this news today,
especially on this windy day, like when we go in there, if we ride go-karts, I'll put my hair back just so that I can see when I'm driving.
So hopefully the parents and anywhere look at all the toys the kids are playing with. Go-karts, motorcycles, any of that stuff.
I know it takes a lot of time to do our hair sometimes, but before you leave for the amusement park, try putting your hair in a nice updo or grab another ponytail. You never know, you might just save you or someone else from injury. Reporting live in South Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Callie. The little girl involved in the go-kart accident is expected to be okay, but for now, her yellow go-kart is staying in the garage. Today marks 10 years since an EF3 tornado went up the Heart River and hit the south side of Dickinson. The tornado damaged hundreds of houses, downed trees, and took out power lines. Nobody died, fortunately.
All of a sudden, a pickup with a flatbed trailer on it pulls up and parks about a block away with a grill on the back, and they're handing out food and hamburgers and hot dogs and water.
The storm caused an estimated $20 million in damage.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
It has been a very active evening for us for severe weather throughout the entire region. Taking a look at our current radar, still have some continued severe thunderstorm warnings off on the far eastern edge of this line. Taking a closer look, up near Bemidji, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, which is in effect until 10:45 p.m. and another severe thunderstorm warning also in effect for Clearwater, Becker, Hubbard, and Mahnomen counties as well. Again, this is for winds up to 60 miles an hour. Taking a closer look, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning also in effect. It does include the Fargo Metro and also includes Barnesville, Detroit Lakes, and the far northwestern portion of Otter Tail County. Again, this is also in effect until 10:45 p.m. So if you are in these areas, make sure you go to the lowest level of your home. Make sure you cover your head as well, because these storms can produce some tornadoes with little or no advanced warning. We are watching the leading edge of this system, and we are seeing some signs of rotation. A couple of these areas right here starting to see just a little bit of spin. Again, no tornado is imminent, but we are watching this area very close for any signs of increased rotation, along with the National Weather Service up in Grand Forks. Taking a wider look, and this is very significant and it's a very wide severe thunderstorm warning. Here's some timelines here. So just a couple of minutes, we're going to have Holly, you're going to be affected. And then by 10:30, Bemidji, you're going to be under the gun as well, along with Detroit Lakes and Pelican Rapids, all in the next 45 minutes or so. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch, which is in effect for all of these areas shaded in yellow. It's in effect until 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Taking a look at the current conditions on the CorwinAuto.com Valley Skycam, 66 degrees with a thunderstorm going on in the back. Take a look at some of this cloud to ground, this lightning. It is almost continuous throughout all of Fargo-Moorhead. Taking a look at some other temperatures around the region, 66 for us in Grand Forks and Cavalier, and then also over on the Minnesota side where we haven't had the storms yet. Very warm, 79 already still at this hour in Wahpeton, Fergus Falls, and Detroit Lakes. And this is all this is just energy for these storms as they continue to make their way off to the east and south. Taking a look at your hour-by-hour forecast as we go through the overnight hours, see those storms exit off to the east. Wake up temperatures right around 70 degrees. However, take a look off to the west. We have another line of showers and thunderstorms. It's going to be making its way into the valley again overnight, into tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon, where we are expecting additional thunderstorm development with our highs topping out very close to 80 degrees. Again, continued showers and thunderstorms even into our afternoon tomorrow, as this area of low pressure, which is going to be centered tomorrow very close to the Devils Lake Basin, got a little bit of spin right here. It's going to make its way off to the east very slowly over the day tomorrow. Your Fargo hourly planner waking up with showers and thunderstorms in the area right around 67 degrees, warming up again to right around 80 degrees with chances of showers and thunderstorms throughout our entire day for us on Tuesday. Picture of the day from Tony out on Lake Lida. What a wonderful picture, Tony. Thank you so much for sending this in. I'm going to use this for the background of our 7-day planner. On Wednesday morning, we are going to have a chance for some morning storms as they start to continue to exit the region. Doesn't look like anything severe, at least at this time. On Thursday, looks to be one of the nicest days of the week. Probably a good day to go out, mow the lawn, maybe do a little bit of golf. I'm planning on maybe hitting one of our local golf courses on Friday into Saturday. We do have a chance for some hit or miss showers and thunderstorms. Most likely miss, but take a look at some of these temperatures increasing into those mid to upper 80s. And then in time for next weekend, Sunday looks to be a very nice day, very warm, humid. We are, Andrea, getting into that pattern of where we're going to have chances for showers and thunderstorms just about every day of the week. But again, our focus right now is on what's going to happen this evening and into the overnight hours. Again, severe thunderstorm watch until 2 a.m. That is in effect for Lakes Country, and then still have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings as well. But if anything happens overnight, keep it tuned right here. We'll be keeping you informed throughout the entire overnight.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Later on Valley News Live.